everybody, and welcome to the kitchen table. You're very welcome here. My name is Robert Sarazin Blake. This is the kitchen table. The show is Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table, and we are coming to you live from the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48. As always on Sunday, with my producer, the producer of the show, and Bellingham's finest Balron player. That's David Pender-Lofgren on my right. And before we get into any music, here we have a few things we like to do. You're very welcome if this is your first time, and if you've been here before, then you know we always light a few candles. We are coming somewhere around show 30 here, and we're going to figure this out. We haven't been keeping too close to track, but we started when the pandemic came in, and we've kept it going, and we always light a candle. We light a candle for everyone who's been lost in this pandemic. Over 400,000 people. That's only the United States. Is that right, David? 400,000. I don't know how many worldwide. Maybe somebody can put that in the comments. Wow. That's a lot of souls left for living. And we light a candle for everybody who is suffering economically, spiritually, emotionally. Suffering in this time that's just so hard for us to comprehend, and yet we go through it. We go through it, and some days are better than others. And we light a candle for hope that things will get better, and gratitude for things that have gotten better. We light this candle here. And on that note, this is the first time we've done this show when number 45 is no longer president of the United States. We have a new president as of Wednesday, and the man whose last name starts with T is no longer the commander-in-chief, no longer has his finger on the nuclear arsenal. And I don't know about you, but I'm sleeping a little bit better. The whole system is working a little bit better. And some of you may not be living here with us in the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48. So for those of you who are wondering how things are in this area, well, my friend put a video together. We're going to start off the show with that. But before we go to the video, just want you to know, as always, there's hospitality for you at the kitchen table. Everybody is welcome. I'm pouring you a little bit of this Pilsner right now. Sip on this. We're going to enjoy my friend Jeff Ramus as he brings you a little holiday spirit for the celebration of the inauguration. Oh, that was Fruit Cocktail there. Bellingham's own Fruit Cocktail, the band Fruit Cocktail. Putting together that piece in celebration of the inauguration. We're going to keep a festive theme going for here, for the start of the show. For a long time I've had a side project band called the High, Wide, and Handsome Band. We play parties and receptions and weddings, and it's my collection of party Americana material that doesn't often make it into the folk show. So we're going to do a couple numbers of that nature, because we're feeling pretty good here. We want to get back together with you, do the things we used to do. Your hair is red, your eyes are blue. There's nothing we cannot do. I want to get back together with you. Well, I want to push you on a swing. I want you to do the same to me. Never forget that night in Gibraltar. We tried out the teeter-totter. I want to get back together with you. I got that letter that you sent me. If even half of it is true, till you knew and you got the flu. I want to get back together with you. Well, I want to get back together with you. Do the things we used to do. You've been missing it quite a bit. I suspect you miss it too. I want to get back together with you. Well, I want to sit with you when the lights are low. Tell you the words I told you once before. I know there's not much, but I haven't tried left. Tell you I got a new spring in my step. I want to get back together with you. You always did like my 10-inch record of the band that plays the blues. Honey, I'm in love with you. I want to get back together with you. Hey! Way to get, David. Lights are low. I will tell you the words I told you once before. I know there's not much we haven't tried left. Tell you I got a new spring in my step. I want to get back together with you. Oh, I want to get back together with you. Do the things we used to do. I've been missing it quite a bit. I suspect you miss it too. I want to get back together. We'll be just like the birds of a feather. We get through all sorts of stormy weather. I like the way you look at mother. Get a rope and then be tethered. I want to get back together with you. Okay. We're going to stay in a high, wide, and handsome kind of zone here. I sure miss parties. Anybody else out there miss parties? We have a great show. We have our friend Jefferson Hamer coming to us live in a little while. We'll be swapping songs around the kitchen table, as Jefferson and I have done many times before, and I know we'll do many times again around a real kitchen table. But tonight we're very happy to be having this huge kitchen table that reaches all the way from Bellingham to Brooklyn and places far beyond. Please let us know what city your kitchen table's in and where you're tuning in from. Put that in the comments. Glad to have you with us. Jefferson will be with us soon. I miss parties. Oh, my baby loves to drink whiskey, Lord, she drinks it all of the time. Oh, my baby, she loves to drink whiskey, Lord, she drinks it all of the time. glass of whiskey, want a little glass of whiskey, a little glass of whiskey, my gal be feeling alright. Well, my baby, she tells me she loves me. She tells me all the time. Tells me she loves me, Lord, she tells me all of the time. But I love the way it feels when the whiskey lives on mine. She don't want water, she don't want me. Please don't bring any tequilas over here. She wants in the morning and then late at night. Just a little glass of whiskey, want a little glass of whiskey, yeah, a little. So whiskey, my gal be feeling alright. As it has been and as it will be sometime again. You know, it's been a long time. When time turns into day, it used to be that way. You'd go out to a bar, you'd hear Jefferson play at some bar and enjoy yourself, and then afterwards you'd go have a cocktail somewhere else as a nightcap. But don't you know you'd run into somebody you knew. They say, let's go back to our place and play a few songs. And go back to their place and play a few songs, you know. One song leads to the next, and then someone's getting out the good stuff, you know. And you maybe shouldn't be getting out the good stuff that deep into the party, but sometimes you do. And you tell yourself you just have a sip, you tell yourself you just have a sip, you tell yourself you just have a sip, and you do have a sip, and then you have another sip. And then all of a sudden you're in somebody's basement, half lit with the lights half out, and you're smoking cigarettes. You've had a wonderful time, and it's time to go home, and the sun's coming out. But that doesn't happen anymore, so you don't have to worry about that. Everybody's going to bed early because there's nothing to do. There's no parties, but there will be soon. Woo! I'm looking forward to that, you know. I miss parties. Oh, I went to my baby's house just the other day. Yeah, I went to my baby's house just the other day. You better believe I got a bottle of whiskey along the way. She don't want water, she don't want beer, no margaritas, please don't bring any tequilas over here. She wants it in the morning, and late at night. Just a little glass of whiskey, want a little glass of whiskey, yeah, a little glass of whiskey, but I'll be feeling alright. Feeling good here in the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48. And even though we've only played 2, there was the video. So I do think it's time for the third song check-in. That's right. Let's check in on what exactly is happening here and there and everywhere. First thing we got to say is thank you for being here. And thank you everybody who donates It really has kept us going all these months. So thank you for donations. And if you don't know how to do it, well, just put in the comments that you need help, and somebody out there will help you with the donations. Let's see. If you don't have the bread, don't send us the bread. We don't want money you don't have. We are not televangelists. So only send us bread. If you have a little bread, you can send our way. We do ask that you let us know where you're listening from, and we ask that you share on your Facebook page this show right here, so other people who are sitting in their easy chairs right now, bored, maybe a little lonely, scrolling away, will come across this show. They'll see that you're watching it, and we'll have a little connectivity, and the kitchen table will grow a little larger. David, what is the news from Comment Land?
Well, let's see. The regulars are all here, that's for sure.
That's good. That's good.
We've got friends joining us from Buffalo, New York, Lake Forest Park, Bellingham, of course, just down the street and across the town. Let's see. West Branch, Michigan, New York City, San Francisco, Mark Griffin from Milwaukee, Oregon. And
nice, Mark made it. Happy birthday, Mark. Put a request in the comments, Mark, and we'll play a request for your birthday. Excellent. Happy birthday.
Caroline Barlow from Petoskey, Michigan.
Petoskey, Michigan.
Right. And my new friend Bill Jones from Edgewater, New Jersey.
All right. Well, at one point the forecast said that we'd have a little snow going here, and I thought, well, I imagined sitting here in our outdoor location, our outdoor kitchen table with snow, but no snow. That's all right, because we live in the Pacific Northwest where it rains all the time, and if you're gonna live here, you're gonna love it. You gotta love the rain. Rain's magic. What would Ireland be without rain? What would Bellingham be without rain? The rain helps us stay inside, helps us get in our head, allows us to do things that we do not allow ourselves to do when the sun is shining. The sun is shining around here. We're always getting in the garden, fixing things on the outside of the house, getting out in the kayak. In the Pacific Northwest, you see the sun come out and you feel guilty for not being out there in it, but when it rains, there's no guilt. You can just relax, be yourself, do the things you want to do. I love it when it rains, and you hear it on the rooftop, plucking blanket, dug for all the fire, beans and simmer, put on a record by Louis Ledford. I love it when it rains. I love it when it rains and you see it. First the tears, then the faucet, bubbles all the window, psychedelic, memories cut through the static. I love it when it rains. I love it when it rains. The clouds swell up. It's pretty clear, it's not gonna stop. Pittsburgh, Ketchikan, Bellingham, Maine, Bergen, Belfast, Aberdeen. I love it when it rains. wish I could see you again. Though nothing will be what it's been. A cup of coffee, a mug of tea. I only get to see you in my dreams. So I love it when it rains. I love it when it rains. I feel it. Let it sing. Let me be near you. Oh, I don't want to miss it. Open my arms and greet it. Thanks for being with us. Song from our record called A Long Series of Memorable Nights Forgotten, the Belfast Sessions. And we got a request last week. Somebody wrote in and said, do you do any Kate Wolf? And I thought, well, I've been sort of chipping away at a couple of Kate Wolf songs over the years, and I'm going to brush up on them, and I'm going to sing a little Kate Wolf. So I got 2 Kate Wolf songs for everybody today. If people don't know Kate Wolf, well, I get to introduce you to her, and that is my joy to do so. Great songwriter from Northern California, and going to do 2 of her numbers. When I was young, my mother told me, she said, child, take your time. Don't fall in love too quickly before you know your mind. She put her arms around me in a voice so sweet and kind. She said, love can make you happy. Love can rob you blind. Here in California, the fruit hangs heavy on the vine. There's no gold. Thought I'd warn you, but the hills turn brown in the summertime. Oh, I've learned to love you, but I can't say when. This morning we were strangers, and tonight we're old friends. But I'll take the time to know you. I'll take the time to see. There's nothing I won't show you if you take your time with me. Here in California, the fruit hangs heavy on the vine, and there's no gold. I thought I'd warn you, and the hills turn brown in the summertime. It's an old familiar story, an old familiar rhyme. To everything there is a season, to every purpose there's a time. Time to love and come together. Time when love longs for air. Time for questions we can't answer, but we ask The fruit hangs heavy on the vine. There's no good. I thought I'd warn you. The hills turn brown in the summertime. Kate Wolf song I've always loved, and happy to play it for you. And I'm going to do another one too. And we have, of course, my buddy Jefferson Hamer joining us today. Been really looking forward to this all week. A chance to sit around the kitchen table with Jefferson, have a few jars, and tell a few stories and sing a few songs. Some kind of love is like gold. That is the hardest to hold. Catches the eye of each thief passing by. Some kind of love is like gold. Some kind of love comes too soon. That kind of love heals your wounds. When you're back on your wheels, when the wounds are healed, you're back on your wheels. Ah, some kind of love comes too soon. Some kind of love starts as friends. That kind of love never ends. It comes on as slow as a flower through the snow. Some kind of love starts as friends. Some kind of love tears your heart. You knew it was wrong from the start. But try to explain a moth to a flame. Some kind of love tears your heart. Some kind of love never dies. That is the hardest to find. Through laughter and rage, it mellows with age. Some kind of love never dies. Some kind of love is like gold. That is the hardest to hold. Catches the eye of each thief passing by. Some kind of love is like gold. It's really hard, it's really hard, it's really hard. It's really hard to figure out. Well, someone can love you when you love really hard to figure how. Someone can love you when you love them. It's really hard, it's really hard, it's really hard. You really want to know, you really want to know, you really want to know where. Someone is putting their love when you love them. It's really hard, it's really hard, it's really hard to hold the balance. When you want to see someone you don't want to see. It's really hard, it's really hard to paint a new picture. When you just want the old one instead. It's really hard, it's really hard, it's really hard. It's really hard to make sense of the past tense. When you love someone and they used to love you. It's really hard, it's really hard, it's really hard. It's really hard. When someone says I don't love you. When you love someone, they don't love you. All right. Thanks for hanging in there. That is my tune called Really Hard. It's the last cut on my record, Recitative. And Jefferson Hamer is coming on real soon here. Our producer had to step away for the minute. We can't get to Jefferson without the producer in the room, so I'm going to do another one here. Where are we? It's January. We got a new president. January, and we got a new president. Band pulled into Cleveland, they're exhausted from the heat. Then rock out on the highway, biggest mess you'd ever seen. The bass player met a girl in Toledo the night the drummer broke his hand. The fiddle player was pretty convinced that she was going to quit the band. The basement show went off that night and nearly brought the whole house down. There's no pride like the pride in the eyes of those who make it in the underground. Well, it looked like a bunch of failures, unemployed, broken, mean. But those with a quick eye could tell they were living the rock and roll dream. In New Jersey, I was beat and I was tired. The band was drinking Mad Dog 2020 and they were wired. The heckled worse, they patronized. I couldn't take another blow. It's the only time I ever told anyone, leave them out of my show. It's not every audience you can break. Who has a star and roll in your rock and roll dream. Come on now, David. And it starts out with a poster. Oh, John Lennon wearing shades. You get a gift when you get older. Who even cares about getting paid? Florida, sea to dark blue sea. The Yukon down to Texas, then back home to the jamboree. I've slept in bars, played in cars, I woke up in the snow. The boys like a wet brush me. Get on down that road. I know what to say about the cat and curiosity. Don't drink milk, I drink beer. I'm a man in love with a rock and roll dream. Sitting around Sonny's on a Tuesday night. The bands are back from battle, the swamp, and stories of the fight. The band broke down, we didn't make any money. No one came to that show. The old guys got the same old stories. The young guys always go. But the band in the corner, they play here every week. The drummer gets so drunk, so stoned, that he can't play for us. right. David Pender Lofgren over there on the Boweron. And I think it's time to say hello to our friend all the way coming from Red Hook. Born in a Red Hook, Brooklyn in the year of a who knows when, came into the world to the sound of an accordion. Let's have Jefferson Table right here to the kitchen hammer. I gotta put my earpiece in, otherwise I won't hear again. That's right. Jefferson Table right here to the kitchen hammer. Jefferson, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. I like this new moniker, Jefferson Table, tonight.
Yeah.
From henceforth, Jefferson Table.
Jefferson Table. That's kind of the dark sunglasses. It's a whole kind of alter ego.
I gotta hold my guitar like this to be Jefferson Table.
You know, there's something to that.
Yeah, well, we got to mix it up. Things get stale, and God knows I've been seeing enough of these four blue walls. So Jefferson Table, it is.
What's going on?
It's really good to see you, man.
What's going on? What's the weather in New York tonight?
It's a chilly night, which is, I suppose, what you'd expect in January.
Are we talking like 20s?
We're talking 20s. Yeah, talking 20s.
Okay. Nothing extreme.
I was up in Vermont this weekend. We were talking barely single digits, and I don't mean barely like it was almost 10.
Yeah, right. That's a different experience.
Yeah, it's good to check back in. I mean, people deal with the cold weather, but it tends to be fairly temperate around here. It's been a mild winter, but so. Here we are. I was playing with my friend Lucas down at Sonny's, which, there's a few places that are still trying to do a bit of live music, and it's normally done outside. And if it gets really, really cold, they moved us inside by an open door, and we play out to whoever could see us sitting out on the back patio.
Okay.
Lucas and I, live in the same house. I feel like it's very important. You always have to explain how you're getting away with some.
I feel that way on the hiking trail. I'm explaining. It's like, but no.
Yeah.
We're all trying to do the best we can here, and it's apparently going to get worse before it gets better, but it will get better. So everybody hang tight, right? I can't imagine. I'm in a town of 90,000 people. You're in 10 million. Is it 10 million New Yorkers?
Or maybe 7. Once it's over, 4, it doesn't matter. It's all the same.
And how many people out on the streets are wearing masks when you walk anywhere?
New York is pretty compliant, I'd say. We don't mess around really. Not after what happened in March and April. It was really, really dark here, and not just here, but we got it early, as did the Northwest.
Yeah.
And people tend to be pretty observant of, they're trying to do the right thing, which is not always easy. But it's easy enough to put on a mask when you go inside to, buy your carrots, onions, and celery, your
potatoes for the week. Well,
easy enough.
It's the third time we've had you at the Kitchen Hammer. And the first time was right early on, and you told us about going to the grocery store and the intensity of the grocery trip. And I think we're all very grateful that the grocery workers have continued to work, and the supply lines are there, and the people who are in the food production have done that. So our lives in that realm have gone on relatively uninterrupted, other than a few scary weeks there at the top. And then you joined us this summer, and it was hot, I remember. And now here we are, your third time, and it's great to see you, and that you and your housemates are all keeping on. And next time I see you, who knows? Maybe another 3 months, you'll have maybe a duo, or you'll be coming at me with a live audience. I mean, anything could happen.
Maybe with this new Biden plan, we'll get the jab sooner than we think.
Yeah. Well, give us a jab of a tune.
All right, then. I'll probably take these headphones off because they're not doing much for me at the moment. Although I could plug them into. Let me see if I plug them in over here. If I could get a little vibe. Hold on a second.
I would just say for the album cover, you're going to want to have the phones and the shades for the Jefferson table.
Yeah.
Cover.
Well, that's kind of the new table. That's the new era of the table. When I do this, though, I'm going to lose you. So, do we have any more witty repartee before
I'll wave at you if I need to get into you between tunes. Sometimes I can't hold myself back, but otherwise, the captain's going down below, and First Mate Hamer is taking the helm, and I'll see you on the dock side.
All right. That's a little more. It probably doesn't sound any different for anyone else, but for me, it sounds a bit like I'm in a proper venue. Not that this isn't, with this Amy Helfand rug behind me and this 1950s Gibson amplifier, but this is a song about the neighborhood, and it comes from last March, when we didn't really know what was going to happen. I guess we still don't. We couldn't have imagined some of the things that we saw recently happening, although we probably could have imagined, and we did. And we wrote songs like this. When the tanks rolled down Van Brunt Street, no one seemed to care. With all the banging and the sawing, you hardly even knew they were there. Hometown was smoking brisket, shucking oysters at 4D. When the tanks rolled down Van Brunt Street, it was the last they saw of me. Oh, the old Queen Mary used to blow her foghorn at the docks. We ain't seen no cruise ship since they turned back the clocks. And the B-61 rolls empty and the choppers fill the air. When the tanks roll, the only ones getting out of here are Medicine Sans Frontiere. When the tanks roll down Van Brunt Street. Oh, if you miss that ferry boat, Duke Riley's got a sphere. You better get your ticket, there's no other way out of here. And Sonny's was our Alamo before they cut us off. It's a good time to buy that bungalow, 'cause the market's going soft. When the tanks rolled down Van Brunt Street, I was somewhere up 95 at a Starbucks over by the rest stop, a live streaming Lake Street Dive. Hometown was smoking brisket, the shucking oysters at 4D. When the tanks rolled down Van Brunt Street, it was the last they saw of me. When the tanks rolled down Van Brunt Street, it was the last they saw of me. And it was. Old friend, I'm so glad you're here. Have yourself an oyster or have yourself a beer. music in the kitchen, dinner's on at 10. We're together once again, my old friend. They knew you when you were younger, back when you were on the run. They knew you when you were fragile. They knew you when you were strong. Old friend, I'm so glad you called. Seems just like yesterday, you have not changed at all. I'll stand beside you now, and beside you till the end, just like it's always been, my old friend. They knew you when you were lying, but they let you have your fun. They knew you were only trying to shine a light for everyone. Everyone, old friend. Old friend, on you I do rely. Don't see each other often, raise those glasses high. Here's a toast to all true lovers, and a love that never ends, and to each and every one of you old friends. Knew you when you were open, they knew you when you found love. They knew you when you were broken. They knew what you were made of. Old friend, come and sit yourself right down. A bottle on the table, go on, pass it round. Call the boyfriends and the bosses, tell them wait a day or 10. Looks like another late one. Old friend, looks like another late one. Old friend. Everybody showed up with something. Everybody said they were coming. Everyone put something in the oven. No one wants to be the one who didn't pull their weight at the fairground, didn't push and let the team down. We got everything we need now, everything but you. I wish you were here with us here, there with us there. I wish I could fly to where you're hiding and bring you back to share. I was feeling shy to tell you, but I just had to say that I'm missing you and I'm wishing you were here with us today. Hope you're somewhere warm and tidy, someone to kiss you goodnight, and some way to do those things you always wanted to do. Got no past to hold against you, no trespass to forgive you. All I know, it sure is cold without you in the room. I wish you were here with us here, there with us there. I wish I could fly to where you're hiding and bring you back to share. I was feeling shy to tell you, but I just had to say that I'm missing you and I'm wishing you were here with us today, here today. Oh, here today.
Yeah, man, beautiful tunes. Can you hear me?
Oh, it's time to switch. All right, hold on. I wish I had a David. I wish I had a David.
Yeah, if I had a troubadour. Isn't
But it
that
needs a
Tom
David.
Paxton song always gets me going because he's singing "If I Had a Troubadour," but he is a troubadour, you know. So, is anybody else? Let's discuss that in the comment.
Okay.
Kind of a subgroup on that one.
I can hear you now.
You're saying I wish I had a David. I have a David, so I wouldn't sing that, which reminded me of the Tom Paxton song "If I Had a Troubadour." But Tom Paxton is a troubadour, so we're getting a little side chat going on that. But what I want to chat with you about here in the front chat, did you? Old friend, I've always thought that was somebody else's song, but maybe it's your song.
Yeah, that's mine.
That's yours.
I mean, yeah, that's on the new. There is a record. I mean, I suppose I could talk about it. It's on the JKLOL record.
Cool.
And JKLOL is a band I'm in with some Nashville folks, friends of ours, mutual friends, Kristen Andreasen, Lauren Balthrop, and Lawson White, and I'm the J. So that's
You know, there's an old time tune called "Old Pal," and I think that somehow I associated. Or Laurel Bliss has a record called "Old Pal."
oh really, and there's one "Goodbye Old Pal" too,
Well,
which is sadder than
Yeah, I can't say for sure. Maybe somebody else in the comments will know that if "Old Pal" of the Laurel Bliss album is actually a song. Or just the title. I don't know, but man, that's great. I've loved that tune. I've heard you play it, and you were playing it there. I thought, you know what, this actually sounds like a JH tune. So nice
that's
to know
cool.
the story.
Thanks.
And how about the one you played after that? Is that yours as well? I've not heard it before.
Yeah, that's kind of a Thanksgiving song here today.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, I didn't want to play. I mean, for you in particular, I wanted to try some new stuff. You know.
I'm digging it, man, big time. So anybody out there who's jumped in on board, be sure to go click the old like on Jefferson's page, and while you're at it, click like on my page. That is how we gauge success now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That doesn't.
Yeah, that's it.
That puts a different spin on the evening altogether.
You know, it used to be success came from an internal place, but now it's completely external. It's just a matter of how many people go into our page, and not even giving us money, but just clicked like. You know, so that's success.
Yeah. Yeah. It used to have something to do with money, but ever since Spotify, I'm pretty sure it doesn't anymore.
The money's out, but we can still accumulate likes. And we can hear more tunes. So I just sorry to jump in on you there, but my curiosity got the best of me. And
do you have any requests or anything? I thought I would do those three, and that's more planning than I'm used to. But
you had your momentum, your internal momentum up, and then I blew it by cutting in. You probably
I appreciate it. People need a break. Yeah.
Well, why don't you give us a little nothing wrong with Lady Champlain.
Okay.
It just comes to me because, Bernie was going to be on the show tonight. He's in the advertisement, but turns out he's at everybody's advertisement, so I guess he couldn't actually make it tonight. which brought up the conversation. It's like, I guess there's some Times article about the fact that the President of the United States has an expensive watch. And, it's like someone's excited about that. Well, guess what? He does. And then for a minute there, people were really excited. Oh, Bernie has a vacation house,
Yeah.
What an asshole. And so we looked it up,
fake. What a fake.
He's got a vacation house on Lake Champlain. And I mean, it's a beautiful lake and everything. But I think, somebody in Vermont might be allowed a vacation home without, being accused of total.
My mom really likes to send me Zillow listings. I think she's like, hoping for me to, achieve the American dream of home ownership at some point. And so she sends me listings. And I once mentioned to her I like, the Lake Champlain area. So I get a lot of these. And the fact that Bernie owns a home on Lake Champlain does not necessarily disqualify him for being a standard bearer for the working class. Yeah. That's all I can say. There are some budget units available, especially on the New York side.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. That might be something. I look forward to visiting you in a unit on the New York side.
You're welcome anytime.
Yeah.
Mom, if you're watching this, just go ahead and I'll pay you back later. All right.
I love it. Well, back to you, man. Sorry to budget, but I'm just glad to know that tune's yours, though. I couldn't wait.
Thanks, man. All right, I'll do that Champlain song, and then maybe you'll give us one after that.
We've got a little surprise, and then we'll be swapping around this kitchen table that goes all the way from Brooklyn to Bellingham.
All right, here's one for Bernie and his mittens. Champlain. One bright summer's morning in the long year of '01, I couldn't face my workplace. I chased the northern sun to where the Highway 89 divides the state in twain, somewhere in the valley of Samuel D. Champlain. My loyal started smoking just as I turned for home. The corner store was open and I asked to use the phone. She said, "You missed the bus, and we both know there's no train. Why don't you come and stay with us tonight by Lake Champlain? Why don't you come and stay with us tonight by Lake Champlain?" She took me to her father's house on the ferry landing road, walked me up the driveway in a dress her mother sewed. She said she was a singer and she was trying to make a name out beyond the valley of Samuel D. Champlain. Out beyond the valley of Samuel D. Champlain. We sat out on the back porch and sang a midnight song. I joined in on the chorus like I'd known it all along. She was leaving in the morning, so how could I refrain from going on tour with the Lady of Champlain? California with no money for our beds, and we crossed the northern border with Stan Rogers in our heads. I rode the Anacortes ferry through the Oceania rain, 10,000 miles and back again with the Lady of Champlain. 10,000 miles and back again with the Lady of Champlain. It was late night in the guest house when she packed up in a rush, and I don't know if I said too little or if I said too much. You never know how good things were until they end, and then it's plain. Well, I never could stay mad at her, the Lady of Champlain.
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you. That, of course, is on Jefferson's most recent record, Alameda. And now I'm feeling Jefferson now. I can see he finally has the headphones in. That's on Jefferson's recent record, Alameda. He's got a new record out with his band, JKLOL. And we're going to swap a few tunes, but before we get to that, I want everybody to go like Jefferson's page, because that's how we're going to know whether or not we have value. Well, a little humor there, stretching it on. Jefferson, are you with me?
Sonically, or do I agree with the last thing you said?
Well, move in. What I want to do, we rolled it last week, we're going to roll it again this week, because I released a new song last week, which Jefferson was kind enough to play on. And I've known Jefferson for a long time now, and when I first met him, he had been playing in a band called Great American Taxi, where he played a lot of lead guitar, and I suppose a lot of country lead guitar. I'd never heard Jefferson's country licks shining as brightly since we've been friends as they shone on this cut here. We're going to play for you the video, and for those of you who have heard before, lean in carefully to the great lead guitar work from my friend over there in Brooklyn, and then we'll come back to you with some more songs. The lady in the bay holds the promise of breathing free. We feel the glow of the torch when our eyes can hardly see. You weren't born to serve the master. I wasn't born to be the mule.
When the law is holding us back, we get together and change all the rules.
Our grandchildren's grandchildren will inherit the earth and sun. We'll use our 20/20 vision to leave it cool for everyone.
We're all on the same ship,
On the same ship,
ice melting, water rising, with all hands on deck cutting carbon. I see a new sun rising, 'cause I'm born to win, born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. Born to win, born to win.
Tax cuts go to the wealthy, from the poor.
After 40 years of trickle down, not gonna let them trickle us anymore.
Mother can't afford the medication.
Sister killed in Iraq.
Billionaires fly to the Bahamas
In a limousine jet.
and still we persist, and still we persist. Still we persist, and still we persist.
You can only sleep in one bed,
Only one.
only sit in one chair.
Only
I
one.
see too many people living on the streets. We're gonna have to help the billionaires share.
'Cause I'm born to win, born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. Born to win, born to win. Freedom is access to health care.
Freedom is no student debt.
Freedom is breakfast and dinner.
Freedom, freedom,
Freedom is a good night's rest.
freedom,
Freedom is being any color,
freedom,
walk in every street.
freedom.
Without fear of violence, working on your dreams.
Freedom is cleaner.
Freedom is drinking clean water.
We can do anything if we keep our heads together.
'Cause we're born to win, we're born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. Born to win, born to win.
Not me, us.
It's not all about me.
Not me, us.
No one can do it alone.
Not me, us.
Takes millions of people
Not me, us.
to fight for justice.
Not me, us.
It's not that we can't, it's that we're scared.
We need to mobilize millions of people
Not me, us.
to stand up for justice.
Not me. Oh, 'cause I'm born to win. I'm born to win.
Empire States with a volunteer state.
Old line state to the equality state.
Oh yeah,
Keystone State to the treasure state.
oh yeah,
Show me a state to the golden state.
oh yeah.
Great Lakes state to the Bluegrass state. Born to win. Born to win.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that there, and I hope you got a chance to give that a listen. Listen with thinking about Jefferson's great guitar playing in mind as it came around. Recorded that right when the lockdown was coming down upon us back in early March, coming up on a year. We got a birthday out there, my buddy Mark. It's his birthday. He's been in the comments, and I also played his wedding. Mark and Britt's wedding. We're coming in the 2-3 years. I'm lost. Time. And I realize now we're all going to be lost in time for a long time, because not only is it weird to be living in COVID in this fluid, elastic sense of time, but looking back in these future years on this time will get very weird. But let's remember, we have a new president. And it's Mark's birthday. And there's a little bit more light in the sky every day. And Jefferson played a song about Vermont, and I'm going to play a song about Vermont that Mark requested for his birthday. Arkansas, Vermonter Beth is tuning in. Hopefully Beth's still out there too. The song is called White River Junction. Once again, driving north all on my own, Vermont of course. I saw a sign, I went in, all was open, and a grin, piece of pie, all the mold Christmas night, on my own in the coffee week. The gas is cheap at the Steiner, on the road exchanging books with a girl, nothing more, not my world, drifting off to conversations, other people's situations. An old friend comes to mind, think to myself, so much time between us, through the years, songs, summers, Christmas beers, bodies move, hearts and minds to other people, we're entwined, we're entwined. The letter sent, spirits tossed, some kept, some lost, through the salt, through the sea, through the sound, up the streams, where the salmon run when they can, just to die, like the man who runs away, runs along trying to find the fallen sun, and night is great, elevate to a higher place, and then it's gone and the bottom's float down the stream to the bottom. All the seamen, the sailors, and the ships could not return. They were missed, they were missed. Quiet moment, cafe, piece of pie, to end the day all alone. Coffee too, here's to you, Fred, here's to you, here's to you, here's to you, here's to you, here's to you. Swapping songs with my buddy Jefferson Hammer from the kitchen table that goes all the way from Bellingham to Brooklyn and stops off at various points in Michigan, Wisconsin, and St. Louis, and maybe some people further afield as well. I know we're reaching up to Vermont and down to Portland, and thank you so much for everybody for being with us at the kitchen table.
Yeah. We're going to reach all the way to the Deming Log Show Fairgrounds for this next one. My first trip to Bellingham, Robert came out to Robert's Festival, the Subdued String Band Jamboree, and met a lot of people I still am very fond of today. And that was my first log show fairground I'd ever been to. So when my friend Jenna Rose Nethercott wrote these words and asked me to write some music for them, I had a good image in my mind of what I was looking at. So here's a song called The Shantyman's Tune. Come on, you shanty boys, take up your hatchet blade, and as you lay the woodland low, sing out your serenade. The sycamore once bold with might will stumble low at your feet until the bell tolls dinner time and your working day's complete. Hemlocks never die with ease. They tumble out of life like drunkards dragging off their boots to bed beside their wives. Changing moment when the spirit is set free, when a man becomes a body and when wood replaces tree. Shanty boys, your axe is high. Oh, you know that moment well. Alone have felled the trunks and watched the sap dispel. You alone have seen the way Leviathans may fall to lie upon the forest floor. One day will we all
So there's a meaning of shanty man that's different than a person who sings songs.
Yeah, lumberjack.
Really? Here I am, perceiving myself to be a bold Northwesterner, and I did not know that.
Well, look, you know, I'm not the lyricist, so you'll have to take it up with Jenna Rose Nethercott.
Okay. Where's Jenna from?
Vermont,
okay,
as it
well, they
as
know
it
a thing
is.
or two about lumberjacking in Vermont.
That's right. She's a Brattleboro gal, and she's actually won a National Poetry Award and got a publishing deal based on some of her work. So beautiful. I feel lucky that we got to have a little collaboration with her.
Nice, nice. I'm going to pick up where you left off in Champlain back there with Stan Rogers. I'm not sure if you've heard me do this one yet, but I worked it up this fall when it started getting dark and I had a little chance to sit in the room and cruel the raven's cries, feasted on the field. St. Beck, water cold and clear, will never clean your wounds. None but the witch of the Westmoreland can make the hailing sound. Turn, turn your stallion's head, those red mane flies in the wind. The rider of the moon goes by, the bright star falls behind. Clear was the paling moon, the shadow passed him by. miles in the winding mare. It's weary by the old water, and the windy Breakford way. Through the cliffs the Kirkstone Pass, where the winding waters lay. Say lie down the bridle hound, best steam a good grey hawk. He my steed and graze I fill while I dismount and walk. Come when you hear my horn, and answer swift call. I fear the moon will rise this morning, who answers best of all. Down to the water's edge, he's bore the Roman shield and the golden rod that he cast in to see what the lake might yield. And a wet she rose from the lake, and fast and fleet was she. One half the ford with the maiden fair, with the jet black mare bloody, and loud, long, and shrilly blew, till a steed was by his side. High overhead the grey hawk flew, and swiftly in their ride. Speed with the grey hawk, he my steed may go. I'll ride fast, me bridle round. Fetch me the jet black mare, stoop and strike me good grey hawk, bring me the maiden fair. The silvery sword, lay down the Roman shield. I see by the brine and blood that flowed, she'd been wounded in the field. She stood in a gown of velvet blue, bound around with a silver chain, kissed his pale lips once and twice, and 3 times round again. Bound his wounds with golden rod, full fast in her arms she lay. He has risen hale and sound, with the sun high in the day. They ride with a bridled hound at heel, and a good grey hawk in hand. Was none to calm the night is lane, with the witch of the Westmoreland.
Yeah.
The Witch of the Westmoreland, who I learned from Stan Rogers, but of course is Archie Fisher.
I've heard I've heard that song. I can't remember where, but I love your take on it.
Thank you. I love that you don't have David to run your tech or play Bowerman with you, but you obviously have a lighting director who's continually adjusting and I dare say improving your scene over there.
Yeah, I can't really see what you see.
That reminds me of a holiday song.
I see a thumbnail. Yeah. Do 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 do. I just couldn't help but want to sing a Stan Rogers after you did. Do we have time?
Yeah.
How are we doing?
Yeah, we'll do that, and before too long, we will be stumping the band. And our longtime listener from, I believe he's somewhere near New York City, but he'll let us know where. But our buddy Clay, he's here every week. He and Bellingham are buying digital shots for each other nonstop. I'm just hoping that we're driving at the end of the show, so they don't get a digital DUI. But he's going to try to stump us. But we got a little time here. We got time, so let her.
Well,
let her
look, I got no agenda here, Robert. So. We could just skip right into the next phase.
No. We're in the phase. We're swapping.
Okay. All right.
Hey Jefferson, can you turn down your preamp just a little bit? You're slightly distorted at the loudest parts.
I'm so sorry about that.
It only just started happening.
Should have taken more time with the sound check. Okay, that probably should. How about that? Do you hear distortion?
That's great.
Better?
I can turn you
Okay.
up on our end. So
Okay, I'm so sorry about that. That's really embarrassing.
It was minor. It was minor. Let her rip, man. What do you got over there?
Stan Rogers. Sing along if you know it. Westward from the Davis Strait was where it was said to lie, the sea route to the Orient for which so many died, seeking gold and glory, leaving weathered broken bones and a long forgotten lonely cairn of stones. For just one time I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make the Northwest Passage to the sea. 3 centuries thereafter I take passage overland in the footsteps of brave Kelso, where to see the flowers began, watching cities rise before me, then behind me sink again. This tardiest explorer driving hard across the plain. For just one time I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make the Northwest Passage to the sea. And through the night behind the wheel, the mileage clicking west, I think upon Mackenzie, David Thompson, and the rest, who cracked the mountain ramparts and show a path for me to race the roaring Fraser to the sea. First man through this way, like them I led a satellite through it all the way to seek the Northwest Passage at the call of many men, to find there but the road back home again.
One more volley, and then we'll get stumped by Clay, or maybe we won't get stumped. The heat of the day when sun shines clearly, that Master Kilby alive and so gay. Took off my hat and I bowed to the ground, said, Brother Kilby, oh, where you bound? Bound to the west and hopes to find rest. The arms of my Nancy build a new nest. It's one I love. skin shines like silver in every part. I was the master at 10,000 pounds, with bright silver or Prince William's crowns. I give it all to my Nancy, to my Nancy. Still she lay asking for more. Gave her some kisses down by the seashore. Still she lay asking for more.
I love Master Kilby. That's beautiful. Blake sings Jones. Have you ever thought of doing a record?
Well, no. For those that don't know, I got that tune from Nick Jones, a singer who Jefferson knows the work of very well, far better than myself. And Jefferson tried to talk me into Nick Jones for years, and art is such a weird thing because I tried and it didn't work, and then it worked. I went, whoa! This whole world opened up in my brain, in my ears, and he's such a lovely musician, songwriter, guitar player. And if you, like me, haven't accessed yet, I recommend his live record that's put together posthumously called Game Set Match. Opened my ears, which to then had been tuned incorrectly.
Do you think anyone's going to try to stump us with some Nick Jones tonight?
Not after the prowess I've just shown them with Master Kilby.
Well, what are they gonna what are they gonna stump us with?
We don't know, man. That's why it's exciting. If we knew, then there'd be no thrill. But what's on your mind there? Give us another blast before this whole thing just goes into the wild railless.
Oh, I don't know. I thought we gave it the big build up. Now I want you to open the sealed envelope.
Oh, you want to get right into it?
Yeah.
Should we bring in Clay?
Let's bring him in.
All right. Okay. Let's see if he's available. We kept him in the Zoom waiting room here. Before, people have been a witness to me on the phone, but we're using technology. And let's see if we get Clay to come in here. He's going to stump the band. Clay gets 3 requests, and he's going to ask those 3 requests all at the same time, and then Jefferson and I get to sort of play them or not, and we see whether Clay stumps us or whether we can indeed live up to the vest we occasionally wear that we got when we graduated from the Folksing Academy. And I don't want to give my vest back, so I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to pull off these requests. Clay, are you on the line?
I'm certainly on the line. Can you hear me?
All right, Clay's on the line. And Jefferson, can you hear him?
Yeah. Hi, okay. Clay.
All right. See, that's important.
Hey there,
I'm
Jefferson.
on the phone. Clay, I know you're in the New York area. Are you in Yonkers or Austin, or what's the story?
Well, I'm way out. Today I'm in San Francisco, so, I'm
wow.
A little north of the city usually, but for the winter, it's kind of warmer here.
Okay, I like the way you roll. I can hear the fireworks all the way from San Francisco Bay, is what Van Morrison said. And right on, I love Northern California. Kate Wolf said the golden rolling hills of California. And Jefferson, geez, man. Now, see, I have a request for Jefferson, but we'll have to. It's not my chance to stump the band. Clay, tell us what's going on with you, and tell us what you want us to play.
Hey, Robert, I'll share it with you if you got a request for Jefferson.
No. It's your stumping the band. You go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking about this one song I heard a long time ago at Mike and Ruthie's Folk City and I don't really remember the title of it, but something about Elton John pumping gas.
Elton John pumping gas.
It could ring a bell.
Is this a song that I performed?
I think Jefferson did.
I wrote
Okay.
this song. I wrote a song called Elton John Pumping Gas.
Well, let's cut right to it then. What?
I'm a bit stumped. I mean,
There you go. I did my best.
this song had a lot of words.
Well, let's give Jefferson a chance to send his research librarian back to the depths of his noggin. And meanwhile, let's hear requests 2 and 3 and see what else we can do for you.
Oh, sure. I just wanted anything from Velvet Underground. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out at you. And
Okay.
and then there's one other tune that might be of interest. Oh Mama by Mikeless Ruthie of the Mammal.
Ruthless Mike.
Well,
Mikeless Ruthie.
yeah.
Mikeless Ruthie, you're
Yeah,
deep.
there you go.
He's a deep listener, man. He's throwing it out there.
Too
He's
deep.
referencing acts, names that they haven't even figured out for themselves yet. Oh, Mama, I do kind of know that Ruthie song. Jefferson, do you know it?
Yeah. I was that a Ruthie song or an Aoife song? I can't remember.
Is that the... Jefferson, I think you're going to be able to pull this off this week. I'm pretty stumped here, but I think I'm relying on
It
you.
was something like, oh, Mama, my poor heart is aching.
Yeah.
My heart, it is breaking. So lay me down low. Or something like that.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, so something, pour me some bourbon and do something, 'cause it's time to go. It's like, I don't know I actually don't know the song at all, but it's like.
that was lovely, though.
I was hoping I could make something up, but I didn't get it. Robert, can you make something up?
Not tonight. No, I think I'm completely stumped tonight. You know, other than just singing, hey, on your pale blue eyes, shine on your pale blue eyes. But the thing is, this is like...
Or like Candy says, I've come to hate my body and all the things it requires in this world. A Candy says, I think maybe I can get the chorus. Let's see. I'm gonna watch the bluebirds fly over my shoulder. I'm gonna watch them pass me by. Maybe when I'm older, what do you think I'd see if I could take the place of me? All right, that's my Candy.
Yeah! Well, Clay, I thought you almost stumped us, but I say Jefferson pulled that out. So, Clay,
I'm
thank
impressed.
Thank you so much. Make sure I have an address for you in some cities so I can send you your prize, which, if you've watched the show before, the prize is the cover of the Bellingham newspaper that I was on. I was on the cover of the paper after 25 years in the music business in my town of 80,000 people. I made the cover. I'm so proud of myself. And so I'm going to send you a copy of that, assuming I can still get a stack of copies, which I've been negligent in collecting from the paper, but they were holding in for me for a while. I think we have time. I'm going to do one. Jefferson's going to do one, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Thank you very much, Clay, for being on the show. And Jefferson,
right on.
Clay, thanks for asking for Elton John pumping gas. Maybe I'll unearth that one. Maybe.
I will. I'll be hoping.
Jefferson, I'm going to jump into one here. And then if you have that McGarrigle tune in you, I love it so much. That's my personal request. And if you don't, I know whatever you have in you will be a pleasure to hear. Wake in the half-light, and the birds singing summertime. Hold me, April, over your shoulder, your hand to mine. Making it all disappear. Making it all disappear. Golden moonlight hanging on. Sheet on your head, slipped into the day gone. It did all disappear. It did all disappear. I now know if it goes slow, clock is a race, get left behind. And if there's a breeze, warm spring morning birds with your hand in mine will take it, keep it. When murder dark days beats down our gaze, we'll replace it with some making it all disappear. Making it all disappear. Making it all disappear. Making it all disappear. Making it all disappear.
I bid farewell to the state of old New York, my home away from home. In the state of old New York, I came of age when first I started roaming. The trees grow high in New York State, they shine like golden autumn. had the blues from whence I came, but in New York State I caught 'em. Talk to me of Mendocino, closing my eyes I hear the sea. Must I wait, must I follow? Won't you say, come with me? It's on to southbound Indiana, flat out on the western plain. Rise up over the Rockies and down into California, out to where but the rocks remain. And let the sun set over the ocean, I'll watch it from shore. Let the sun rise over the redwoods, I'll rise with it till I rise no more. Talk to me of Mendocino, closing my eyes I hear the sea. Must I wait, must I follow? Won't you say, come with me? Talk to me of Mendocino, closing my eyes I hear the sea. Must I wait, must I follow? Won't you say, come with me? Kate McGarrigle by request.
Ah, beautiful. Thank you so much, Jefferson. Thank you so much. We're going to say goodbye. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Jefferson, for being our guest this week at the kitchen table.
Such a pleasure, Robert and David. Great to see you guys. Thank you for having me.
It almost feels like the real thing, to the point where when the real thing happens, I think we're just all going to be exploding out of our skin. And I'm looking forward to that, man. I think in some number of half a year to a year, when the parties start up again, they're going to be really, really good. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing everybody out there at your kitchen table, that kitchen table in the flesh. But until then, hey, we got this kitchen table here, and it stretches everywhere. And we got Anna Ash next week. We got Cedric Watson, I believe, the week after that. And then we have, oh yeah, the Best Intentions, Bellingham's own Best Intentions coming in after that. So we're going to keep this party rolling on Sunday nights. Jefferson, stay on the line so we can chat after the show, but we'll say goodbye to you now on the screen. All I got to say is, sitting around the kitchen table, he reminds me that what I really love to do is sitting around the kitchen table with my friends and sing songs. It's great to see you. We thought you were dead. You come back to life. To get out of your bed. It's great to see you. Is that your ghost? I thought you were gone. Burnt toast. It's great to see you. Whisper nothing, sit softly on your ear. Try not to cut you on this here shadow at night. Me feelings clear. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. to see you. You're gonna stay. You're here for the long night. Are you leaving at the break of day? It's great to see you. Yeah, it's true. It's great to see you. It's great to be near you. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks to Jefferson Hamer, or shall I say Jefferson Table. And thanks to David Penderlock for following me in the beat wherever I may take the beat. We'll see you next Sunday.